Biden heads to Saudi Arabia for what could be an embarrassing climb down, or a welcome reset. While campaigning in 2019, Biden vowed to treat the Saudi kingdom as the pariah that they are, and as president, he vocally criticized the country's human rights abuses. Recently, however, Biden wrote in an op-ed that from the start, "My aim was to reorient, but not rupture, relations with a country that's been a strategic partner for 80 years." President Joe Biden is headed to Saudi Arabia this week as part of his first Middle East trip as Commander-in-Chief. He's going with a list of goals, including energy security, bringing the Saudis and Israel closer together, advancing a truce in Yemen, and establishing a more cohesive regional front against Iran. But it's a controversial move for this president, and no one is really sure how much he'll actually achieve. The planned visit has spurred plenty of criticism, from both the right and left, for being what some are calling an embarrassing climb down and for revealing a clear reversal from the tough talk against the kingdom that Biden had employed during his candidacy and in the early months of his presidency. Now, things are different. Gasoline in the US has been at its most expensive ever, Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine has dramatically tightened the global oil supply, and Biden really wants Saudi Arabia and Israel to be friends. So will the trip feel like an awkward apology, or a reset for two countries with mutual interests? I wouldn't go. I wouldn't shake his hand, Representative Adam Schiff, Democrat California, said in an interview in June, when asked about the president's planned meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He then referred to the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, which the administration attributed to the Crown Prince. The Saudi government has repeatedly rejected the accusation. While campaigning in 2019, Biden vowed to treat the Saudi kingdom as the pariah that they are, and as president, he vocally criticized the country's human rights abuses. He also insisted on viewing Saudi Arabia's King Salman as his counterpart, rather than the 36-year-old Crown Prince, who runs the kingdom's day-to-day affairs. Crown Prince Mohammed in March reportedly refused to take a call from Biden, as the U.S. leader pleaded with Gulf states to increase oil production after banning Russian oil imports. And in an early March interview with The Atlantic, when asked if he thought Biden misunderstood him, the Crown Prince replied, simply, "I do not care. It's up to him to think about the interests of America." A welcome reset. It seems Biden has come around to putting those interests ahead of what was perhaps a more idealistic narrative. On Saturday, the president published an op-ed in the Washington Post entitled "Why I'm Going to Saudi Arabia." In it, he argued that from the start, "My aim was to reorient, but not rupture, relations with a country that's been a strategic partner for 80 years." He stressed the importance of the US-Saudi relationship for stability in the region and for American interests. Ali Shahabi, a Saudi analyst close to the kingdom's royal court, sees Biden's visit as a tonic for damaged relations. "I think the mistake that the Biden administration made was it took its campaign rhetoric into the administration and that hit a wall of realism," he told CNBC. "The visit," he said, "is a reset. And I think it's a welcome reset. Because the relationship is important to the kingdom also. And they would like those clouds to pass." Biden's advisors have also talked about Saudi Arabia committing to stay fully aligned with the US versus Russia and China. But some warn that the rapprochement effort won't achieve that. There's little to suggest that Biden's strategy of showering the Saudi crown prince with concessions will bring about a sustainable Saudi Emirati commitment to the US side in the great power competition of this century. Trita Parsi, co-founder of the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft, wrote in an op-ed for MSNBC. He argued that making a military commitment to protecting the Saudis and other Gulf allies is not in U.S. interests. Committing American lives to defend these Arab dictatorships is far more scandalous than an embarrassing presidential handshake with the Saudi crown prince, Parsi said. Biden will in one swoop break his promises of bringing troops home from the Middle East, making Saudi Arabia pay a price and ending the war in Yemen. Still, others contend that a strong relationship with Saudi leadership, specifically with the Crown Prince, is vital to maintaining U.S. influence in the region, and the world. Great power competition with China is not possible by walking away from the Gulf region and hoping for the best, the Arab Gulf States Institute Saibish said. To the contrary, it means continued engagement. It is a plausible partnership because of broad, shared mutual interests, He added, even though the values are not shared or mutual in many cases. Dear viewers, if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel. To contact us, please email us at info@mashriq.tv. Thank you.